Chapter 3: Will, Noise and Signals. Most people say they feel things they can't explain. I feel nothing I can't explain, but I see things I can't all the time. The world has too much noise and not enough clarity. I can tell you the exact number of steps it takes to get from my front door to the nearest street lamp, 64. I can tell you how many clicks my jaw makes when I'm anxious, 7 usually, but I can't tell you why people look at each other like that. You know, like they're sharing something without words. I used to think it was me, my brain just missing whatever Wi-Fi the rest of the world was using. ASD, ADHD, PTSD, whatever. I've got acronyms like badges on a military uniform. People are more comfortable with you when you've got a label. It makes your weirdness easier to file away. But it doesn't help me. I started noticing the difference in 7th grade. Mrs. Maynard's husband died, and she came in the following week with puffy eyes saying, "He's not really gone." The whole class nodded, they felt something. I didn't. Of course he was gone, he was dead. I didn't feel sadness or empathy, I didn't have that tether people seem to have, it just didn't make sense. I thought it was just emotional immaturity. I mean, I cried when my hamster died in 3rd grade, that counts for something, right? Still, even then, there was this gap, like something was happening on a channel I couldn't tune into. People felt each other, I just watched. 2 weeks ago, everything changed. I was part of this neurodevelopmental study at a partner clinic where my foster mom, Elia, sometimes did consulting. They were scanning teens for early indicators of cortical overstimulation. I didn't want to go. Bright lights, cold machines, electrodes on my head. No thanks. But Elia bribed me with McDonald's and money for a new video game I had been eyeing up, and I caved. The MRI was quiet except for that faint clicking like a metronome trapped in a cave. The technician, Dr. Long, I think, asked me to think about someone I loved. I thought of Elia and Paul. I had been with them since I was 8. I'm 16 now and they were like parents to me, even if I knew technically they weren't. They were safe. They were home. I thought of Elia's consistency. She understood my literal brain and was always there to fuel my thirst for knowledge. I thought about how Paul always reads the room like a chessboard, planning 5 moves ahead for my meltdowns before they even happen. I loved that about him, he always knew how to help me. I thought I'd done what he asked. But after the scan, I noticed things felt off. Dr. Long didn't smile. He didn't say, "Everything looks great," like he did with the kid before me. Instead, he asked me to wait in a separate room. It was too quiet. The kind of quiet you hear before adults say something that'll change your life. Later, Elia came in. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. Her voice was smooth but tight, like piano wire stretched too far. "You okay, Will? They just want to double-check something," she said. I nodded. My stomach did that sideways twist it gets when I know I'm being lied to, even if it's a soft lie meant to keep me calm. The next morning, she was making tea when I asked, "What's wrong with me?" She paused, cup midair. "Nothing," she said. "Your scan was just unique." That word again, unique, is what adults say when they don't have a box for you. It's never good. 3 days later, I walked past her office while she was on a video call. The door was cracked just enough to hear words like abnormal neural signature and control anomaly. I stood there with my pulse thudding behind my ears. Abnormal neural signature. I knew I was different already, but what did that even mean? I wanted to knock, ask, demand, but I didn't. I just stood there and listened to my own breath. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about brains and signatures, and how I felt like everyone else seemed to be listening to a radio channel I couldn't tune into. I've always been alone in my head, but I used to think everyone else was too. What if that's not true? What if I'm alone in a different way? At school, I started watching people more closely. Not just faces, but their pauses, their timing. Like when Ava looks at Jules a split second before he speaks, and he laughs like she already told him the joke. Or when Mr. Tramp gives an assignment, and the whole class exhales at once, like they share a lung. I haven't told Elia what I heard. I want to, but I don't know how to ask, am I fundamentally alone, without sounding like I'm writing bad poetry. I keep thinking about one thing she said on the phone. He doesn't show the usual activity. No overlay, no feedback patterns. It's like he's not part of the system. What system? What overlay? Something happening, something big. And somehow, I'm in it but not clued into what it is.